Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for August 30, 2023, the Matt Levine Explains NFTs edition. And we begin with that story. If you don't know who Matt Levine is, well, you should. He is one of the top business writers and columnists and reporters in America. He writes for Bloomberg, and earlier this week, he wrote a column entitled "Loans Still Aren't Securities," but in it, he explained why NFTs are or are not securities. And he used the example of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and all the way down to Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So when you can get to Huey, Dewey, and Louie, you know you're talking turkey. So check out the Matt Levine column. I won't begin to explain his great story illustrating what an NFT is or is not, but check it out on Bloomberg. Next up, you want to start or set yourself up for success? How about starting the day like Jamie Dimon? From the Financial Times, Grace Lorden writes that for many business executives, morning routines are a go-to fix for taking control of the rest of the day. The problem is there's a great variation of the types of rituals. Jamie Dimon likes to get up at 5 a.m. and read for 2 hours. Jack Dorsey favored a morning ice bath. So morning routines offer a canvas for cultivating discipline, creativity, and self-care if chosen correctly. Starting the day with purpose and certainty can give you a sense of calm throughout the day. Next up, the person who is involved in the bribery scandal in college basketball and Adidas, Merle Code, has actually sued his, I guess you would call him not his employer, but he has sued Adidas, claiming that the company approved his bribes as a consultant, and he's seeking the recovery of legal fees and other damages. Code was arrested back in 2017 when the FBI swept up 10 basketball coaches in an effort to clean up college basketball. And now he claims that he did it with full knowledge of Adidas. You wonder why he didn't do this or make this announcement or trade up or try to plead out. So here, 6 years later, he's now claiming $500,000 in legal expenses. But when you're sitting in prison after having been convicted for corruption, it's a little late to claim that somebody approved it. And our final story comes from Reuters as a Republican attorney general from 16 states have asked the SEC to audit the Chinese fashion retailer Shein to determine if they are using forced labor for any of their products. It's an interesting use of UFLPA and could lead to some interesting results down the road, particularly companies from China importing into the United States. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.